They found him sitting at the head of the table, coffee still warm, bacon on the plate, a bullet through his chest, no sign of a struggle, no signs of a break-in, just a quiet suburban kitchen, and a dead man in a neatly pressed shirt. His name was Richard Hayes. His wife, Martha, stood at the sink, hands shaking, eyes empty. "I called 911, she whispered. "He's hurt." But what police were about to uncover wasn't just a killing. It was a story about a mother, a daughter, and a love that turned into something so dark, they would struggle to decide who the real victim was. Before we begin, like this video and comment where you are watching from. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification button. Your support helps us bring you more powerful stories. Now, let's begin. On paper, the Hayes family looked untouchable. Martha Hayes, 48, elementary school librarian, Sunday school helper, PTA vice chair. The kind of woman who remembered every birthday and showed up with extra cupcakes. Richard Hayes, 52nd Regional Bank Manager, Rotary Club, charity golf tournaments. Always the first to shake your hand, always the last to pick up the tab. They had one daughter, Lily, 17, smart, soft-spoken, honor roll, cheer captain. Her Instagram was all sunsets, coffee cups, and hashtag blessed neighbors called them the postcard family. The house was always decorated, the lawn always trimmed. If you'd asked anyone on their street who was most likely to end up on the news, no one would have said the Hayeses. But perfect families photograph well. They don't always survive close inspection. For Martha, the first crack came wrapped in perfume. 3 years before the shooting, a Tuesday night, she was doing laundry, sorting shirts, opening pockets. In one of Richard's suit jackets, she found a hotel room key. Downtown, a place they'd never stayed. She found the receipt in the same pocket. 2 glasses of wine, 1 king bed. Her pulse climbed. Her mouth went dry. That night, when he came home, she tried, softly. "Long day?" "Brutal," he said, kissing her cheek. "Clients." She never mentioned the key, because the next morning he left a single rose on the kitchen counter, with a note. "For putting up with me. I love you. R." And she convinced herself she was paranoid. Because that's what people like Richard do best. They make you doubt your own eyes. It got worse the year Lily turned 16. Richard became present. Too present. Driving her to practice, helping with homework, picking her up from study groups he used to forget existed. Martha tried to tell herself it was sweet, a late attempt at being a better dad, until the night she walked past his office and saw Lily's name on his unlocked phone. The messages were wrong. Compliments too intimate, heart emojis, late-night check-ins. "Don't tell your mom." She wouldn't get it. Her stomach flipped. She waited until he went to shower, pulled the phone again, scrolled faster. Screenshots, selfies, photos of Lily's best friend, Mia, laughing, poolside, in a t-shirt 2 sizes too small, taken from their own backyard. Nothing nude, nothing graphic, but wrong. So wrong. She confronted him. "What is this? You're reading it out of context." "She's Lily's friend." "She's 18. Calm down." "She's 17. You're insecure." "That's your problem, not mine." He never raised his voice. Never hit her. He didn't need to. He just slowly rewired reality until she felt crazy for breathing. And Mia kept coming over, and Lily kept trusting him. And Martha's silence started to rot. April 9th, 7:13 p.m. Doorbell camera footage showed Mia entering the house. Big hoodie, backpack slung over one shoulder. Richard arrived 30 minutes later. Suit, tie loosened, hand on her shoulder as they walked in. Lily's location pinged at home. At 9:02 p.m., the neighbors heard shouting. A man's voice, a girl's voice, a slam. At 9:18 p.m., Mia ran out. No backpack, eyes red. Got in a rideshare. At 10:01 p.m., Lily's phone went offline. By morning, she was gone. Richard told everyone she'd run away after an argument. He sounded exhausted, shaken. "We pushed her too hard," he said. "We'll give her space." He filed a missing person report the next day. He cried on local news, begged her to come home. Martha sat beside him, shaking, because she knew her daughter didn't run. Her daughter was taken, and the man begging for her return was the one she feared most. 3 months later, at 6:42 a.m., a neighbor dialed 911. "I heard a scream," she said. "A woman." Next door. And then, nothing. Police arrived to find the Hayes' front door unlocked. The house was still. Coffee machine on, bacon in the pan. At the table, Richard Hayes, slumped, eyes open, 2 bullets, center mass. Martha stood at the sink, barefoot, pale, hands wet. "There was a noise," she said. "I thought he fell." No tears, no hysteria, just a woman whose soul had been scraped hollow. The responding officer took one long look at her. Something was wrong, but it wasn't the crime scene. It was the calm. Detective Elena Cruz took lead, sharp, direct, the kind of investigator who had seen real monsters and knew they rarely looked like monsters. The scene was neat. No ransacked drawers, no forced entry, no overturned chairs. The shots were close range, clean, precise. Cruz noticed the little things. 2 coffee cups, but only one with lipstick. The faint smell of gunpowder. A dish towel twisted in Martha's hands. "Where were you when you heard the shots, Mrs. Hayes?" "I didn't hear any," Martha said. "I found him like this. Too fast. Too flat." They canvassed the neighbors, reviewed the cameras, checked Lily's case file again. Patterns started drawing themselves. Dead husband, missing daughter, and a woman who had spent years swallowing secrets until they choked her. But then something shifted. Ballistics came back. The gun used to kill Richard Hayes, registered to him, kept in a locked safe. No signs of forced access. Fingerprints on the safe belonged to 2 people, Richard and Lily, not Martha. Cruz went deeper. Bank statements, phone records, security footage. Richard had been wiring money, small amounts, to a prepaid account in Mia's name. Mia, the best friend. Mia, last seen leaving the Hayes house the night Lily disappeared. They pulled Mia in. She cracked fast. "He was texting me," she said. "Flirting." It got weird. Lily found out. "What happened that night, Mia?" "I heard them fighting." He shouted at Lily. She shouted back. She slapped him. He grabbed her. "I left. I swear I left. Did you see her after that?" "No," Mia lawyered up. But she'd given them enough. Abuse, grooming, control, all orbiting Richard Hayes. Now his death felt less like a random shooting and more like a verdict. But who pulled the trigger? Facing mounting suspicion, Martha finally spoke, not to the cameras, to Detective Cruz. "He ruined her," Martha whispered. "He broke her. He made her feel crazy. He made me feel crazy. Did you kill him, Martha?" Silence. Then, "He took my daughter." Not an answer. Not a denial. Cruz pushed. "Where is Lily?" Martha's eyes filled for the first time. "I don't know." For a moment, Cruz believed her. Then the lab called. They'd lifted partial prints from the gun. Not Richard's, not Martha's, Lily's, the missing daughter, on the murder weapon. Cruz stared at the report. This wasn't just a grieving mother. This was a family war. They tracked Lily using something Richard never thought to destroy. Cloud backups, messages, drafts, screenshots. On Lily's account, buried in unsent drafts, Cruz found it. A note. "If anything happens to me, it's because of Dad. Mom, I'm sorry. I know you're trying. He's worse than you think." Another file. A voice memo. Lily's voice. "He keeps texting Mia. It's disgusting. He pushed me when I told him to stop. Mom saw something on his phone. She pretends she didn't. I can't stay here. Last timestamp. 2 days before she vanished." Cruz replayed it. Again. Then she noticed something. In the background, Martha's voice, whispering, "We'll fix it. I promise. I won't let him hurt you again. Fix it. Not leave, not report. Fix it." Suddenly, the idea of a mother's revenge stopped being metaphor. It sounded like a plan. Cruz brought Martha back in, showed her the memo. "Did you and Lily plan something?" Martha stared at the table. "He was going to ruin her," she said. "He liked girls, scared, confused, dependent. What did you do?" "I tried to save her." "How?" Silence, tight jaw, shaking hands. Then, "Do you have children, Detective?" "Yes." "Then you already know." Cruz felt it. That line between law and blood, where justice, rage, and love blur. But she needed truth, not empathy. "Did Lily shoot him?" Martha's eyes flashed. "He deserved worse. Not yes, not no, but enough." The DA moved fast. Martha Hayes was arrested for first-degree murder. Public story, jealous wife snaps. But Cruz wasn't convinced. The prints, the memo, the missing girl, something was wrong. And then came the twist. 3 weeks after Martha's arrest, a junior tech was reviewing old traffic camera feeds near the Hayes' neighborhood. 3:02 a.m., day of the murder. Lily Hayes, alive. Caught crossing an intersection in a hoodie, backpack on, walking away from home. 3:17 a.m., a dark sedan pulls up. She gets in. Plates registered to one person, Mia's older brother. Suddenly, the timeline fractured. Lily wasn't dead. Lily wasn't confirmed gone. Lily had left, hours before her father was shot. If she left before the murder, who pulled the trigger? Martha? Someone else? Or was this bigger than anyone had guessed? Cruz dug further. 2 days later, a call came into the prosecutor's office. No caller ID, just a voice, young, shaking. "You've arrested the wrong person," she said. "She didn't do it alone." Then the line cut. They traced it to a prepaid phone, left in a motel room. On the bed, a note, 6 words. "He hurt us. We fixed it." Signed, L.H. Lily Hayes, alive, watching. A mother in jail for murder, a daughter on the run, a predator in a suit, dead at his own table, and a question that splits people in half. Was this justice? Or did a mother teach her child to kill? Detective Cruz stood in the empty interview room, holding the motel note. Somewhere out there, Lily was telling her own version of the story. Cruz looked into the camera. "If Lily pulled the trigger, Martha's not our monster," she said. "But if Martha pulled it, Lily might be the only witness to what really happened behind those walls." The DA prepared for trial. Public opinion turned savage. Talk shows called Martha a hero. Others called her a cold-blooded killer. But a week before jury selection, an envelope arrived. No return address. Inside, one photograph. Lily, standing in front of a bus station in another state, smiling, holding a sign. 5 words. "She did what I couldn't." On the back, coordinates. To a shallow grave. To the missing piece of what really happened in the Hayes house. And when investigators dug where the note led them, what they found rewrote everything. To be continued in part 2.